All right, so it's a Wednesday. It's my day off today, and because it's my day off, I'm gonna try and get a lot of stuff done today. So we did have another thought about another venue that we could potentially use, but after Alvin had a chat with them, because that venue is tied with a very particular dental company, it is against the company policy to let outsiders like ourselves to go in and do lectures for them, especially when we're not promoting one of their products. So was very hopeful for that venue because has been used for a lot of courses in order to promote certain products that are related to the company. And we're hoping to kind of sneak our way in, promote some of their products, but also promote ours as well. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way. So back to the drawing board yet again. So I've lined up a few hotels so that I can check out. A lot of them are going to be around the city vicinity. So gonna go in today and just literally go into each of those hotels, check out their venues, ask about pricing, and then go from there. And the other thing is that I've got a bunch of emails that I'll need to catch up about. There is one company we're working with called Healthware. We're trying to get surgical instruments from them. And because they are a little bit newer to the surgical scene, and they can actually get direct access to some of the manufacturers, we've been giving them feedback about what sort of changes we want to make in some of the surgical instruments that they have already. So they sent out some samples to us, and we've given them a bit of a go already, and there are some changes that we would like to make because the quality and the shape of the instruments, they're not bad, but they could be better. And so just emailing about a few changes that we would like to see, and I'll probably need to send them some photos and examples and samples directly to them so they can get an idea of what shape, what kind of quality of metal you want to use for the instruments, and also just the weight and grip of them as well. Things you can't really express with just words and images. So hopefully those samples will be sent to them really soon. So because we've had a little lull in being able to lock down a venue, this morning I've just done another Instagram and Facebook post just to keep myself relevant and to keep the hype going, so that when I do launch the course, there's not too much time between my first initial post and when we actually launch the course. So this week, really hoping to pull everything together, which is a venue. Once we lock down the venue, we will also launch the website today, and also announce the course, and then hopefully link the course to the website where we can funnel people in and then sell tickets as a result. So hopefully everything gets sorted by the end of this week, if not at latest the end of next week. But let's see how we go. Got a lot to do today. Man, yeah, hoping it all pulls together.
Looking up the camera in the middle of Brisbane City, really self-conscious at the moment, but I thought I'd get used to it. At the moment, I'm in Brisbane City so that I can find a few venues to host the course. So I'm gonna hit up a few hotels and see what their function rooms are like and get quotes on them. First up, gonna go to the Mercure Pullman Hotel near King George Square. So let's see how we go with this one. So just finished touring around in the Pullman to check out their function rooms. Had a chat with a nice lady. She walked me around into the rooms that weren't being used today. She was saying that the room's gonna be $2,500 per day. And then you're gonna have to hire out like power cords and AV system for projectors and stuff there as well. And that's gonna be another $500-600 per day on top as well. So I'm gonna go to the next one and check that one out and see what their pricing is as well. So squatting outside Seagull, they were really good. Smaller room, which is probably better for our needs. A nice outdoor area for catering. They can do indoors if needed, but their pricing is way better. It's $1,500 with maybe a few other fees on top per day. So quite in budget. Their rooms are, it's not as the entry into the hotel isn't as classy, but I think it's way better for our needs, and it's in the middle of the city, so we can always go out for lunch or catering or whatever. Right, did an impromptu stop at Capri. Just thought it was a hotel. I was wondering if they had function rooms. Walked in, inquired, and they did. They showed me one of the rooms. It's classy, it's nice. Probably a little bit bigger of a size that I want, but they do have other rooms that we could potentially hire that are smaller. The person, Wendy, she wasn't able to give me a price straight away, but she was going to email me a proposal, maybe not today, but perhaps tomorrow. And then we'll look at their pricing and see if it's compelling. I'd assume they're going to be a pricier point because it is a nice hotel, but let's see what she comes back with. So, outside Stanford Plaza, inquired about their rooms. They weren't able to give me pricing, wasn't able to have a look. They really didn't give much information at all. They gave me an email, and that's about it. So, not super impressed, so we've got to go to the next one. I just came back from Abora, and very nice location. Super bougie, well lit. Met the business project developer. And he was really good, but really expensive. I think we're looking at 4 or 5k a day, probably close to the 5k mark. So probably not going to be in the cards for us. I might as well just book at the W Hotel. But moving on to Sofitel, and we're going to check out their location now. Just got an impromptu Zoom call with Natish. Had to plan out a case with him. Alvin wanted me to have a look at the case before he went ahead and finalized it and printed it. It's a pterygoid case. Definitely pretty tricky, very thin bone in some areas. But luckily I had my laptop on me, so whipped out the laptop, jumped on the Zoom call, talked about the case, and now going to grab lunch and head home.
Next aircraft service has a platform change. This service will unfile for platform 6.
Alright, day's only half done, but I feel like I got a decent amount of work done. So, took the train, which I haven't done in a long time, to Brisbane City and hit up a bunch of hotels, looked at a bunch of venues, got some rough quotes, left my email and phone number at a bunch of them. They're going to come back, contact me, and give a proposal on pricing. Now, a lot of places did vary in price. Obviously, the more bougie, well-known hotels had a much higher price point, and the lesser ones were a little bit cheaper. But there were some that were run down and somehow still had a high price point. Maybe they were expensive back in the day and justifiably so. But now that they've gotten older, that price point is still high, and it doesn't make sense to me. So, those ones are a no-go. But at the moment, the one that I'm liking the most and the one that's making the most sense to me is Siebel. I think that's how you pronounce the hotel now. Siebel. They're asking for $1,500 a day and maybe a few extra things on top. So I imagine at most it'll be 2k a day. That's $4,000. That's within budget. That's really good. Whereas a lot of the other really nice places, they're asking for $4,000 or $5,000 a day, which is insane. I might as well just be at the W Hotel like what Jeff had suggested. So, got some good insight today. I now know the range of prices here and there so that I can work with things. And while I was on the train, because I wasn't driving, I got a lot of work done. Emails, tidied up some Facebook, Instagram, advertising stuff. Managed to get a lot of stuff done. So now that I am back home, I'm going to edit some of the footage from today, post up a video onto my YouTube, and then there's a bunch more emails I have to get through. New York stuff, stuff I got to do for Ben Matten, like just a bunch of different things, setting up a podcast with Erica, etc., etc., etc. But got to turn off the camera and get to work again. I want to make myself a coffee and then we'll get started again.